welcome again to another episode of the Captain Jack Rackham Show. Thursday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can also catch it on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, I know I do not look like a pirate. I don't look like a captain. And I promise you he is returning. I am for now, again, your guest host, Raider Transplant to a lot of you. My name is Angelo Reyes. And if my voice is a little hoarse tonight, I apologize. I was in a bit of a yelling match yesterday on the Wild Wild West episode. So if you guys want to check that out here on the Captain Jack Rackham YouTube or any of the networks there, you can check it out. It's quite funny. The Chargers guy who I invited to the show a couple of Sundays ago, Robert Garcia, was trying to tell us that the Raiders will do worse than the Chargers this upcoming season, which is just ridiculous, people. So that's the most ridiculous thing. But anyhow, as you can see right here, ahoy, Matt. Looking forward to having Captain Jack back tonight from San Diego. I want to hear all about his adventures. So without further ado, people, here you go. Captain.
Hey, it's a good day, and it's almost like it's telltale, because right now I got an Oakland game on and they're winning. Okay, for those who haven't figured it out, in the NCAA March Madness tournament, Oakland College, I don't know where Oakland College is at. I really don't. I don't know where Oakland College is at. It looks like I don't even know what their logo is. It looks like either bears or something, a very ferocious type animal. It looks like bears are playing the Wildcats of Kentucky. 7 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in the second half.
So Cap, set the table a little bit. Are you talking about college basketball is what you're watching right now?
Yeah, there ain't anything else on.
There ain't
anything else on.
Well, Cap, like for me, I mean, all I've been paying attention to, as you know, is draft combine. The thing I was paying attention to was the pro day at USC with Caleb Williams. So, I haven't gotten into March Madness at all yet. All I hear is that Purdue is supposed to be the team that can win the whole thing, but I don't know. So,
I mean, yeah. I will tell you this for folks that have spoken to me since I've come back, and actually, I'm not going to jinx it. But you are going to hear me cough a lot. You're going to hear me cough a lot. I don't know if you guys remember the weekend that I was down in Miami when we played the Dolphins, and I had a coughing fit because I had some sort of upper respiratory illness, and it was horrible. And I've just gotten back from this trip to San Diego, and I don't think it's COVID because I don't have a fever, but I have been coughing a lot. So I had to go out today and get some cough medicine. I took a nap because I'm still tired. And hey, Mundungus. Hey, how's your Mundungus? Is it creepy? Yes, it is. But so I know that I'm gonna, especially when I talk a lot. I've spoken to 3 people since I've come back from my trip. Well, now 4, and whoever else is here. Ed Winchell, right? Oh, actually, no, another one. Ed Winchell I spoke to, and I was coughing with Ed Winchell. I spoke with Hollywood Raider. I was speaking with him, and I was kind of coughing there. I spoke with Steampunk Raider in Texas, and another person I spoke with, and this is actually somewhat really more important is Vicky Ginn, and I want everybody to have good thoughts and prayers for Vicky, because Vicky's in the hospital again. I don't know if she wants that out there. I'm just saying, I know she's in the hospital. If you know Vicky, you can just, if you don't know her very well, just pray and think good thoughts. If you know her very well, then get a hold of her. I'm just saying, some people, when they're in the hospital, they don't want to be bugged. And but I want you to please have some good thoughts for Vicky. And so she's in the hospital again, and Vicky's a very good friend of the program. So prayers to Vicky. So that's 4 people. Now, speaking with Angelo and then the rest of y'all, obviously, and you kind of heard it in my voice, a little bit raspy. I'm going to try to carry the 2 hours, because I know that Angelo's got to cut out in about, let's see here.
50 minutes, Cap. 52 minutes.
Yeah, 50 minutes he's got to cut out. So I'm gonna do what I can to keep the show going. But again, it's because this is a sports show. Yes, Match Madness, because I don't want to get into any copyright infringement. Match Madness is on, and I always watch Match Madness because it's fun. It's basketball that I really, really like, okay? Because it's the best basketball of the year. As people who know me with basketball know that I watch Match Madness. Yes, I said that correctly, because I don't want to be have somebody come after me for copyright, infringement or whatever. By the way, Oakland is winning by 5 with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Who are they playing, Cap? You got to set the
they're
table.
Playing Kentucky. They're playing Kentucky.
So this would be an upset. We're talking about a number 16 playing a number 1 or something.
Well, it's a 14 and a 3.
Okay,
it's a 14 and a 3. Although Kentucky just hit a 3-pointer, so now they're only down 2. But again, Kentucky is obviously one of those rock chalk, favorites. Again, a 3 seed is actually kind of low for Kentucky. Thanks, Jeffrey, for the positive prayers and positive vibes. Anybody, again, thank you for that. But it would be an upset. But again, there's 5 minutes and 34 seconds left. We'll see. But we are going to talk about NFL free agency and what's going on, because Angelo,
here's your first question right there, Cap. From Matt Morin.
Matt, I thought I said this. Did I not? Was I not clear the last time they asked? I don't know. I tell you what, Matt, you've been a long time show watcher, and before Minshew was signed by the Colts this past year, I was banging the drum saying this is the guy that we should have. To Gardner Minshew or Jacoby Brissett. That's who I want at quarterback. And then Minshew goes to the Colts, and we end up signing Jimmy Garoppolo. And I was not very nasty on Jimmy G when he first came here, because again, you got to have some positivity. It's like I didn't even give up on he who shall not be named as head coach. I just call him McFire because everybody else was calling him other names. I didn't give up on him until a couple weeks. In a couple weeks closer to his eventual firing, I said, "Get rid of this fucker." And we finally got rid of it, because they said, "We know he's not going to be here next year. Just get rid of him." And they did. But I was banging the drum for Gardner Minshew and Jacoby Brissett last year before we even signed Jimmy G. I think it's actually before we even signed Brian Hoyer. So check the tape. It's on tape. I like the Gardner Minshew signing because he's got moxie. He's got good corporate football knowledge. He's kind of like he's not as I don't even know what his measurables are. I don't know how tall he is or how big he is, but he reminds me of a plucky Rich Gannon-esque or Kenny Stabler-esque quarterback. He's not very big, but he can do it. He can do
you
all
already
the things
threw
he
the Kenny Stabler in there. I mean, I know that Gardner Minshew was talking about how he met Ken Stabler. I believe it was during an Alabama game when he was a kid, and he talked about it. Obviously, the long flowing hair is the same, and Gardner Minshew's got a very whatever's whatever, bro, kind of an attitude, right? But
he does. He's got an
but
attitude.
in terms of play style, Cap, in terms of play style, and again, I didn't live during that time, so I can only give people stats and whatnot. And I did get to rewatch it. I don't know if Minshew's like a Ken Stabler. I mean, Stabler was a second round pick out of, man, I'm gonna screw it up. Was it
Alabama?
Stanford that he went
Alabama.
to? Yeah, no.
Alabama.
Sorry. Okay. And I don't know about. I mean, Stabler didn't have a weak arm. He definitely had a very I'm gonna go get it to win kind of attitude. He was he's not like what we would consider how a mobile quarterback is now, but for his days, he was quite effective in the way he led the team. And he's got that, and he had that moxie, I would say, right? He had that moxie I mean, maybe that's what you're saying, that because I don't think Minshew's got a big arm. I talked about this yesterday on the Wild Wild West show. That was my final one where I was saying my goodbyes. Yes, again, there was a lot of screaming happening on it, but I want to give him the Captain Jack energy, So
I saw that. And the first thing I got to do is, and I'm not going to apologize for you. I'm going to go into the next show and say, listen, all you mofos, I can't curse on their show. I can't curse on it, or I'm not supposed to. I said, I haven't been on this show since the friggin'
Super Bowl.
The Kansas City Smugs won the Super Bowl again. And I'm going to let them have it. All barrels. I need to try to remind myself, try not to swear. But you're
going to have your voice back for that one too, Cap. But essentially yesterday, a lot of the yelling was in when, I'm always very friendly, and I was giving them their highway to talk about their teams. When it came to mine, and I started talking about the reality that it is a fact that when Art Shell took over from Mike Shanahan, the very next year, we did win 12 games. And it was a fact that if it wasn't for the Buffalo Bills destroying us, we might have made it to the Super Bowl that year when Art Shell took it over. So why would I think it's impossible for someone like Antonio Pierce to have us win enough games next year, win the division, and possibly be a playoff contending team? And of course, you got the Chargers guy of all people, the youngster Robert Garcia, trying to put his 2 cents in. And in my opinion, you can't put your 2 cents in, man, if your team sucks. And your team and the Chargers do suck. I'm sorry, like they are in a very bad, like they're in a better spot now, I guess, because Harbaugh took over. But I think that the context that people are forgetting, especially if you're a Charger fan, and this is important for you Raider fans that are listening, is the reason why we're going to, at the worst case scenario next year, unless some terrible happens and our main players are injured or something, worst case scenario will be second in the division heading to the playoffs. Best case scenario, we're actually first in the division. And the reason why I felt like we might be first is because it's hard, Cap. It is hard to not only play that many games on back-to-back Super Bowls when it comes to football. It's hard on every sport, but it's extremely hard. But I was speaking from my professional background, having coached in world championship fights, that it is extremely difficult to get a fighter or any athlete who has won the championship to get them to be up for that first challenge or that rematch or whatnot, because there's a mental part of you when you win the championship where you somehow believe that you could just walk into an arena and you're going to automatically win. And my whole point was that the Raiders already proved that is not the case last year. Last year, we almost beat the Chiefs twice. It's an actual fact. It's an actual fact that the Raiders are the last team.
Twice.
Yeah. And it's an
Yes.
actual fact that the Raiders are the last team to defeat the current champions. So I look at it like in boxing, right? If before you were a champion, I beat you, and now that you have the belt, I get to fight you for the championship, I'm not scared of you at all. I already beat you. I already beat you. So it doesn't matter to me. So when I'm talking about attitude wise, the youngster who's only 24 years old just couldn't possibly believe that we would be good enough to not only beat the Chiefs possibly twice this coming season, but definitely beating Denver twice and definitely beating the Chargers twice. So that's where the shouting match began, Cap.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, the one thing, actually, Ed Winchell and I had this conversation as well, is there are two things that as of right now, as of 21 March at 9:18 for me in the Eastern time zone, PM, the Chargers have that are better than us, okay? Their head coach is better than our head coach. Now, I will come back to this. Whoa. Don't fuck up my train of thought here. Okay. I will get to that. Okay. Their head coach presently, Jim Harbaugh, is a better head coach than Antonio Pierce. I think that goes without saying. I mean, I know that it's hard to not to fathom or whatever, but it's hard to say. And that their starting quarterback, is better than our starting quarterback. Why? Because we don't even know who our starting quarterback is. Now, the reason why I say that is because Jim Harbaugh has won at the collegiate level. He's taken his teams to a Super Bowl, and he has that much more experience. So by de facto stats, he is a better head coach than Antonio Pierce. He's more of an X's and O's guy, and he's a better head coach. Now, this is what else I said, is that not even looking at who the Chargers have on their staff. I have no clue who the Chargers have on their staff as far as their coaches. But I will say, without even looking at who their staff is, and I'm sure Angelo is probably doing that right now as he looks down at the screen, is our coaches that are on our team right now is a better staff than what the Los Angeles Chargers have presently, because we have, at our behest, we have Marvin Lewis as the assistant head coach. We have Rob Ryan as a assistant defensive guru, right? We have the gentleman that was, and I can't remember his name, that was with the Dolphins and the Packers as the offensive.
Joe Philbin.
Thank you. Joe Philbin as the offensive guru, right? We have, again, did I say Marvin Lewis yet?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so we got Marvin Lewis and Joe Philbin and Rob Ryan. And we have those guys that have, and by the way, Tom Coughlin, even though he doesn't have a line and block, he's been in on this team and is a quote unquote a friend of the program, as they would say in the college rank. He's a FOP, friend of the program, right? Oh, thank you there, Pear. And yeah, they got me. So yeah, fuck any Charger that says that, because I count for something. Thank you, Pear. Pear is coming from us from over in Scandinavia, in Norway and Sweden, because he lives in the one country and he works in the other country. I love Pear. If the Raiders go to a European game, I'm going to go and hang out with Pear and with a bunch of babes, from Scandinavian babes.
Pear's going to get used to John Gruden being there, because John Gruden just became the advisor to the Italian European football team.
Yeah, there we go. I knew I would come up. Yeah, Scott Turner. Okay, Scott Turner. like I said, I don't know who they have on their staff. And I'm going to say, Angelo, you're the stats guy. Looking at the stats, as I knew you were doing, because I could tell that you were down, looking at stuff, and your hands were twiddling. Who do the Chargers have on their coaching staff right now?
Well, I mean, the key thing to remember, Cap, because I don't want to take too long about the Chargers because I care less about them. But essentially, when Harbaugh took over, their general manager is Ortiz. But really, everybody knows it's a Harbaugh program. Everything's got to go through Harbaugh, right? So he did take away both the strength conditioning coach from Michigan and the defensive coordinator from Michigan to become his defensive coordinator. So at the end of the day, I always keep saying what you're seeing out of Chargers blue is really Michigan blue. So if you want to know the makeup of the team and how it's going to look, just go look at the national championship. My point is simple. That coaching staff for the national championship, and this is where I would just again argue and counterpoint you on this, Cap, is that coaching staff for Michigan is nowhere near as good or experienced as our current coaching staff, because Harbaugh has not won a Super Bowl. I don't want to hear it. He hasn't. Tom Coughlin, who is the senior advisor to our head coach, has actually won 2 Super Bowls, and he defeated arguably the greatest team ever in the 17-0 Patriots as a coach. Okay? Mm-hmm. You couple that with the fact that the coach that we have right now in Antonio Pierce also happens to be the head defensive captain of the team that beat the greatest team of all time in the 17-0 Patriots, if you want to say that, in Antonio Pierce. So this is why I make the Art Shell comparison. When Art Shell took over for Mike Shanahan, the reason why Art Shell had so much credibility heading into becoming the Raiders head coach during that time, going into my freshman year of high school, is because Art Shell is a legend. He is like top 5 and greatest NFL players of all time. He is arguably the greatest left side offensive lineman that we've ever seen in the game. I mean, I can't give enough credibility to Art Shell. So just the arm boost, the adrenaline pump of our head coach is one of the greats. And sure, this is his first time being a coach, a la Art Shell, the first time he was a coach. And then you couple that with above Antonio Pierce, you have Tom Coughlin. And then you start playing it out. Like, if defense is the way we're going to win, Marvin Lewis is the architect to one of the greatest defenses we've ever seen in a Super Bowl era with the Ravens. And then we also have Patrick Graham. I mean, like, this is ridiculous, man. If everybody wants to talk about an all-star of coaches in a team, the Raiders have it. So the fact that we have that our running back coach was the former interim head coach of Auburn and is considered to be the second greatest player, only to Bo Jackson, for the Auburn program. That's just our running back coach. I'm not saying that that's not important. I'm just saying that that's one aspect. But we have our linebacker coach used to be the defensive coordinator for the Jaguars. Like, I could go on and on about Ricky Manning being our defensive back coach and how he went ahead and led the Pittsburgh Steelers defensive backs. So what? You're telling me that a guy who actually trained Minka Fitzpatrick is someone that wouldn't all of a sudden make someone like Jacorian Bennett or Christopher Smith in our team better? It's not going to make Jack Jones better. It's not going to make it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous statement for anyone to challenge me when I say I believe the Raiders are going to win the AFC West. And I get it until proven. You can give me crap about it, but don't act like I'm living in La La Land because I'm a Raider fan. That offends me, Cap. I get very offended when people think I'm actually giving you facts like the sky is blue, right? That car is red. If I'm giving you a fact, just accept the fact. And fact of the matter is the Chargers are in a rebuild scenario. It takes a very long time for someone like Jim Harbaugh to actually build a program. And this isn't college, guys. This is the pros. So take a look at how long it took Jim Harbaugh to build the Michigan program. Now ask yourself, can he do that for the Chargers? The one thing that he has over us, and I will admit it, which is fine, is that they do have a better quarterback, because Justin Herbert is quite special. That's a special guy. But I really hate, Cap, and I'm going to get into it on Sunday's show. When I'm back on and I'm manning the ship on Sunday's show, I'm bringing on a special guest who also loves Aiden O'Connell like I do. I'm a believer in Aiden O'Connell. I didn't say Aiden O'Connell is the next Joe Montana, guys. So before you go attacking me, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it is not fair to have the person who has thrown the most passes in Purdue history, someone who has matched Drew Brees in over 500-yard passing games for Purdue, hasn't even played a full season for us yet, and we're already willing to throw him under the bus. Like, don't throw Aiden O'Connell under the bus. We don't know what we don't know, and we don't know if he's the guy yet or not. So yeah, Cap, it's a ridiculous statement for anyone to think that the Chargers aren't going to be anything other than last place. And the only reason why they won't be last place this coming season is if the Broncos somehow do better and they're in trouble, Cap. So did I say anything at the Wild Wild West yesterday that wasn't true factually?
I didn't see the whole show, but I saw your snippet of what you sent to me, and I'm like, good on you, man. Good on you. And I like that. And as I said, I will come back next Wednesday. And by the way, this is a transitional period. As like I said, for this show, this Sunday, and next Thursday, it's the tag team of myself and Angelo, and then Angelo on his last show as the head motherfucker for my channel, until such time that there are other times that he might be able to come in. He's coming in on Easter, and then I'll have him back when he's available when I need something. But again, it'll be a great transitional time where it's Angelo and I, and Angelo and I, and Angelo and I, and then Angelo for the Easter show, and then I'll be back to my full duties after that. But yeah, it's great to have Angelo here, because again, you guys know that I don't throw out the stats like Angelo does. So if you've grown loving that, then I'm sorry. I mean, I will try to do my knowledge is corporate knowledge, okay? Corporate knowledge, okay? But you'll get good stuff when I'll look it up if need be. And you know I will. I'll look it up. But by the way, 4.9 seconds left with Oakland up 5. Okay? The gold, by the way, I found that their logo is the Golden Grizzlies. The Golden Grizzlies of Oakland. Up by 5 with like 4.9 seconds left. I don't know of any 5-point plays in college basketball. Other than a
there's the Christian Laettner play.
Well, but that's not a 5-point play. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Other than a 3-point shot and a foul, and it still only gets you 1 point if you get it. So that's a 4-point play.
You know what, Cap? I would have to research the fact on this, but my brother, who went to Loyola Chicago, when they had that run where they made it to the Final Four and the Sister Jean magic was happening.
Love Sister Jean. Love Sister Jean.
So during that one of those games, I think Loyola did score something like 6 points.
But see, it's one of those things where you need to have a 3-pointer and you get the ball to get the other thing. So you get a 3-pointer, you get the ball on on a turnover, you get a 2-point play, and you get fouled. That's your 6. And but there isn't with 5. Oh, and they put in 0.2 back on. There is no 5-point play with 5.1 seconds. Okay?
Right. Hey, Cap, I was going
what
to
I'm
tell you
saying.
too, because you started the show. For all of you who are just joining us now, thank you again for all of your comments. Please press those like buttons. Subscribe if you haven't yet, but I'm pretty sure if you're a follower of Captain Jack's, I'm sure you're already subscribed. But please, it does help it helps the algorithm so that more and more people can see Captain Jack. If you guys keep pressing the like buttons, so we appreciate that. I was gonna say, Cap, because you are kind of sick. Like I don't know if it's your mic or if your voice is just faint, but I could barely even I'm having a hard time hearing you out of my speakers. But I was gonna tell you that on Sunday, I have a whole show. It's like your mic volume needs to go up or something.
Okay.
But
I got it on full blast.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I know. I was gonna say, Cap.
Yeah,
that thanks, John Leon. See, John Leon was there, Cap, yesterday, and he watched the whole program. And when I started yelling at those guys, so I appreciate that. But I was gonna say, Cap, when with your voice getting kind of hoarse, and if you're feeling pretty sick, as we get closer to Sunday, don't worry about Sunday if you can't make it for any reason, or if you just want to pop in. I lined this up from 2 weeks ago. I had a great show this past Sunday, so I want to thank everybody who came aboard and watched it. A lot of you guys really watched a lot of it, actually, so that's great. And then this coming Sunday, I have another guest. So what's fun for me, Cap, is this is going to be like like I told you that my March 31st show is Chris said he will do the pre-draft with me. So I'm going to do a whole pre-draft show with Chris. And even for him, he's taking 2 hours of his time to be with me. He's got some Easter Sunday plans too. So I appreciate that. Well, it was I had to basically beg the guy to come see me.
Tell Chris I give my best. So folks, if you're not hearing this correctly, Angela said, "Hey, Cap, stay the fuck away from my 2 Sunday shows up."
No. That's not what I'm saying. I said you're sick, and you're
exactly what. That's exactly what. It's cool. I can give it to you but I appreciate that. I am sick.
I want to give you fair warning too, Cap. So the guy that I'm bringing in, the reason why I'm excited to have him is I've never been able to do a show with another Raider person like yourself who have been watching it since the 70s, right? And is actually like he goes to the games just like you, and he does this stuff. What's cool about him though is he happens to also be a martial artist. He studied Muay Thai for 7 years, and then currently right now he's a pretty, even at his senior age right now, Cap. He recently in the last 2 years he's placed gold medals in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournaments. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to have somebody who like yesterday I was making a reference to the Wild Wild West show, and John Leon, you'll remember this reference, where I was saying how back in the boxing days, Mike Tyson used to literally be so scary that people that were really good, that should have challenged them more, were just so afraid that they would just it was already over before the fight even started. And in my educational factual reference to it, because of my background, Cap, is I was talking about Michael Spinks. That during that time, most people don't understand that Michael Spinks was pound for pound the best fighter in the world. So heading into the Mike Tyson fight, the reason why it was such a big deal, unlike what you watch now, where Mike Tyson knocked him out in like a little over 90 seconds, but during that time, Michael Spinks was supposed to actually, even in some pundits' writings and articles, Michael Spinks was a favorite. But he was so scared of Mike Tyson that it was mentally gone. And and I bring that up because my entire point about why the Raiders will win the AFC West this season is we're not afraid of Mike Tyson. We're Evander Holyfield. In fact, we're so not afraid of Mike Tyson, we already beat him. We already beat him the same way. There's stories about how the whole Mike Tyson Evander Holyfield thing took a long time to make because really the people in the Tyson camp kind of felt like Evander Holyfield might be a danger and blah, blah, blah. But when I start saying all this boxing stuff, most of you guys are probably not even really understanding what I'm saying. So I'm actually bringing in a guest who also will understand what I'm saying because he is an aficionado himself of boxing and martial arts. And it'll be just kind of fun. I promise you guys who are listening tonight, it's not going to be like a whole boxing MMA show or anything like that. But I'm going to make references to the fight world as to how I compare it to Raider Nation and the Raider world. So you will hear me talk about how I am a firm believer that mentally speaking, Cap, we are in a position, no matter what anyone says about our quarterback room or running back room or whatever, I am a firm believer that we are all aboard, full steam ahead. We're heading to the playoffs. So that's my bar. My bar is we will at least make it to the playoffs. That's the floor. My ceiling, though, is if Bo Jackson doesn't get hurt in that playoff game against Cincinnati, we might have made it to the Super Bowl, in all honesty, Cap. Now, you can speak to this because you're much older than me. Do you agree that had Bo Jackson during that Cincinnati game not get injured in the playoffs, would that team have been good enough to make it to that Super Bowl? What do you think?
Yes. Like I said, Bo going out of that game, and remember, Bo was so strong that he ran through his injury. When that leg snapped out of the socket, he was still basically running on the sideline, so his leg snapped out of the socket, and any other normal person would have doubled over in like a deer being shot with a machine gun, okay, in pain. Yeah, he was hurting, but he was so strong that leg basically kept on going, and they tried to make it happen. In fact, there was talk about, we'll have Bo maybe come in and we'll put him on a plan. They didn't realize how injured he was. They did not know how injured he was. Had Bo not been injured, I firmly believe, I can honestly say it wouldn't have been 51-3. That I can tell you. Whether the Raiders would have won, and I think they would have, it would have been a better game. It wouldn't have been a 51-3 game where my buddy Jay Schrader is on Sports Illustrated's cover the next week with his face, basically half of his face is on the other side of the helmet, and I'm still trying to get that Sports Illustrated to have him sign it because he signs that one all the time. I just got to find it. And he's not really happy about it, but he does sign that because that's his Sports Illustrated cover. So, but yeah, had Bo been there, wow, I'm sure that the Raiders would have been going to that Super Bowl, and then you wouldn't have had the Bills wouldn't be spelled Bills. It would have been spelled Bills. It would have had one of those L's on there because you said it takes 4 L's to spell.
And really, too, Cap, the trajectory of how the Raiders' history would be so different. And again, we can't go back in time, obviously, but I remember, people keep talking about this three-peat for Kansas, and that was mentioned again yesterday. And I keep saying there's a reason why it's hard to do it. The 49ers, they were dead set on doing it. Roger Craig fumbles the ball, Bill Belichick coaching the New York Giants defense with Bill Parcells, Lawrence Taylor, and they don't make it, and that's it. It's over. Now the Giants go to the Super Bowl. Same thing happened to us, right? Like anything happens, but Raiders were looking pretty good that year. Bo Jackson gets hurt. I think the reason why we did get destroyed has to also do with the fact that, when you have someone as special as Bo Jackson get hurt that way, it does affect the locker room. And if going into a game you thought you were going to go full steam ahead, and then like I said, barring Max Crosby getting injured this year, there's no reason for any of us as Raider fans to believe that we're not going to at least be a playoff team, because we were one penalty away from being a playoff team this year, and that's without Christian Wilkins. That's without all the help we're getting now. That's without the current coaching staff that we have. I mean, I can talk to you about all the things that we didn't have last year, and we were one bogus penalty away from being in the playoffs. And we were hot too, Cap. And I always talk about how a hot team sometimes you just get going. I mean, the way we destroyed Denver on our final game, we were so hot that had we actually made it to the playoffs, I wouldn't have been surprised if we would have won one game. And at that point, if we actually won a game, I don't think we would have all these people getting mad at Aiden O'Connell or how he's not the quarterback, which is why I always find myself defending him. I always find myself defending this kid because all this kid did was his job. He was thrown into the fire. He had a shit show for coaching. I don't even we always say, statistically speaking, he played 10 games, so his record is 5-5. And I'm never gonna make it pretend like that's not his real statistic. Sure. But if I'm going to be really fair, his actual record is 5-4 because he didn't really get put on as the true number one quarterback until Antonio Pierce took over. And once Antonio Pierce took over, he won 5 games out of the 9 that was given to him. He lost 4 games. So now if we statistically break it down to everyone who keeps saying, oh, we're going to use the number 13 pick for quarterback. And I'm not saying you're not wrong, but for me, I'm kind of like, hold on. If we want to count the 4 games that Aiden O'Connell lost, let's go ahead and count it. He lost to Kansas City when we were ahead 14-0. Okay, sure, fair. He lost to the Vikings, but okay. He also then 4 games later mentally turned around to throwing almost 400 yards and throwing for 4 touchdowns in a game where we almost broke the record. So I like that as a mental aspect of my quarterback, somebody who doesn't really get rattled whether things are bad or things are good. I like that. He lost to the Colts game, which did he really lose to the Colts game, Go? Because if you watch the game, he actually did help bring us back. And if we didn't get called for that bogus penalty, we'd be in the playoffs. So then what are you guys all upset about? Why? I mean, if you count the 4 games that he lost, it wasn't like he got destroyed. If he got destroyed or he looked horrible, like some of the rookies we saw last year, whether it was Dorius Thompson-Robinson for the Cleveland Browns. Remember that guy? And everybody was hyping him up as being better than Aiden O'Connell. Well, he did start for the Browns, who had a number 1 defense, and he looked horrible. He looked so horrible, in fact, that they had to bring in Joe Flacco. We didn't have to bring in Joe Flacco. We were very fortunate, Cap, that Aiden O'Connell did so well. So I'm not trying to show everyone rose-colored glasses when I'm defending Aiden O'Connell, Cap. I'm just trying to show them actual facts. And I hate it when they don't agree with actual facts. I'm just giving you a fact, man. You don't have to like me. You don't have to agree with me that I'm defending Aiden O'Connell so much. But even currently, Cap, I've said I believe Aiden O'Connell will actually beat Gardner Minshew out. If Gardner Minshew beats Aiden O'Connell, okay, great. But I think Aiden O'Connell is going to beat him out. But what do you think about the whole Aiden O'Connell thing, Cap? Hold on, guys. I don't know if Cap's internet is going well or cutting out. Cap, how's your internet going? Not yet.
For those that are
Cap might have some technical difficulties, guys.
Trying to figure out what's going on. It's probably me. It's not you.
Okay.
It's me. I have a lot of windows up. I got a lot of windows up, and I'm getting rid of them. So that's one of the reasons why we got a lot of lag. So I'm getting rid of some of these windows, and hopefully,
as you're doing, Cap, I'll keep talking to the chat room here. But yeah, Rick Samorano says Aiden O'Connell will have his fair shot at the starting quarterback position, which is what I've been saying. I think it's just I think it's just fair, man. I mean, what kind of organization would we be if we don't give a fair assessment to someone, you know, like that's why I also keep saying, like, I'm not telling you guys that Jacorian Bennett is the greatest defensive back in the world. I'm just saying
it was with because these are job windows, so that's the reason why.
Okay. So is it? Are you ready, Cap? Is it better?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great. So no, the question was, what do you think of the whole? Because I said that I believe that Aiden O'Connell will beat out Minshew, but we'll see what happens. If Minshew beats him out, then good. Then that means we have that quarterback. But the floor for Aiden O'Connell is not as low as everyone perceives him to be. And I believe his ceiling is actually very high, which is why I've always said I don't want to gamble the farm just to go get Jaden Daniels. I want to stick to what we got. We need to go ahead and use the number 13 pick to get Fuaga. But Cap, what do you think about Aiden O'Connell based on all those different things that I was saying?
Well, and that therein lies the what are we going to do at 13? Because honestly, I still, and I know that Rob Mattison was like, hey, let's swap, let's move up for Jaden Daniels. Only Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco, a.k.a. Tom Fiasco. I give credit to Sharif. Although if Tom Telesco is this year
the internet's really cutting out, Cap.
I'll
let you start it over again.
He's going to have to back. Am I still slow? Or we still got lag?
Yeah, it was when you were starting your speech, Cap. Your entire internet was kept freezing.
Folks, can you hear me, or is it? Yeah,
I can hear you right now, but then it freezes, Cap.
I'm gonna be better. Is that better?
Still kind of freezing in and out. I can take you off the room and then I could get you back in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, anyways, guys, so Cap's gonna go fix what's going on with the internet. And Rob, like I understand what you're saying. Like, trade the first over the next 2 years, trade the second and the fifth this year. All right. So you're going to give up number 44. You want to give up the number 13 pick. You want to give up the number 42 pick. And then you want to give up the first and the third next year. All right. The way I see that is you're asking me to give up all those possible quality players to take a chance on a guy who we're going to have to bench anyways. If we're talking about Jaden Daniels. If we're talking about Jaden Daniels, that price is just too much. And believe me when I say this, Rob, and maybe you've watched them as much as I have, but since December, I've been telling everybody you don't trade up to go get Jaden Daniels, no matter how much Antonio Pierce likes him. Because at the end of the day, unless the price is 2 firsts and a third, that's the Patrick Mahomes price. If we can move up to go 2 firsts and a third, great. But I'm not going to give more than that, honestly, just because maybe Jaden Daniels will be good. Maybe he won't. If there's one thing we learned from the 2021 NFL draft class is that if you pick a quarterback in the top 15, they may not even be with your team after the 4-year period hits. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the 2021 draft class had Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, and coming out of college, all these guys were amazing, right? Well, 5 of them are no longer with their original team, and the only one left in the original team is Trevor Lawrence, and even Trevor Lawrence hasn't exactly made it yet, all the way playoff wins and all of that stuff. So, like I said, guys, it's very unfair for anyone to sit here and think that I trade you everything and Jaden Daniels is going to be my superhero. I just don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that thought. Cap?
Yeah, no,
What do you
I
think?
don't either. Like I said, I like Jaden Daniels. I'm not like poo pooing Jaden Daniels, but like I said, if we're gonna go and get a quarterback, okay, uh, there was a quarterback, and I hate saying his name. Oh, I'm gonna throw up a bit in my mouth. There was a quarterback that we got in the second round that is statistically the best quarterback the Raiders have ever had. Okay. And yeah, Bill, I know I got rid of a bunch of windows, so hopefully that gets rid of some of the problems. Okay. Yeah, literally, I got rid of 20 windows over a bunch of things because I'm trying to find a fucking job. Okay. That's why I have a lot of windows up. I was trying to find a job. Okay. And you got a job, Bill. I don't. Okay. Anyway, I like what Jaden Daniels can bring, but I'm not sold on moving up the 3 to get him. If you're gonna get a quarterback this draft, okay, the kid out of Tulane, okay, whose
Michael
name
Pratt.
escapes me. There you go, Pratt. Penix, that's a good quarterback, right?
Now, Penix, Cap, can I just say, Penix, I'm very high on.
Yeah.
Very high on Penix. And if we were able to manage to get Penix in the second round, I would not be mad at all. In fact, let me even say, if we needed to trade back up to like number 31 or number 26 or whatever to go get Penix, I wouldn't be angry at that either.
Right, because you're getting an extra year. You're getting that extra year for your quarterback. I can see that because that's what the Ravens did with Lamar Jackson. And look at, granted, they still haven't gotten a Super Bowl, but they have gotten a quarterback that, has done well. And again, Rick actually mentioned another guy, Jordan Travis, who's out of Florida
Jordan
State.
Travis, he's visiting the Raiders this week, Cap. I think it's either this week or next week. He has his 30 visit. But Jordan Travis, who, again, for you Jaden Daniels lovers, watch the Jordan Travis versus Jaden Daniels match, LSU versus FSU from last year. And if you watch the game, you might actually fall in love with Jordan Travis. The reason why Jordan Travis is dropping is because of the fracture. So if he drops all the way to the 5th, 6th round, Cap, and we take a flyer on that kid, who cares? I mean, like, maybe he'll end up good. I don't know.
Actually, I don't think that he's going to fall that far. I think that the farthest he's going to fall is the 4th round. And if you take a 4th round pick on a kid that you're going to redshirt anyway, basically you're sticking him on the IR for a year for his injury to heal. Okay, and Rick says he's healed up. Yeah, maybe not really. I think that it's healed up when they talk to his agent says he's healed. No, he's not. He's not healed up. But you know what? If you get a Jordan Travis, if you get a Michael Penix, if you get a Spencer Rattler in the 3rd, okay, those are quarterbacks that you can work with, and that would be fine by drafting your quote unquote quarterback of the future. Okay, I'm all for that, and you don't have to go up to number 3 or number 4 to get your quarterback. You don't, and that's no slam on Jaden Daniels, but we need so much more than a quarterback.
Exactly.
We need so much more than a quarterback, and we've been doing it. We've signed Wilkins, we signed the Johnson, and we
signed Harrison Bryant. Like, everybody keeps missing that Harrison Bryant as a tight end is one of our best signings, and I'll tell everybody why. We needed someone who is going to be a majorly strong blocking tight end. That's what he does. But he's also not so bad with honestly, I think you know how everybody keeps saying Minshew is going to give Aiden O'Connell competition? Harrison Bryant is going to give Michael Mayer a lot of competition. And if Jack Kenna was here tonight, I'm sure he'll tell you all about Michael Mayer. But Go watch the actual pro tapes of Harrison Bryant, and you'll see what I'm talking about. The guy doesn't suck. He's very good,
He's
very big.
Hooper.
Yeah, very good. This guy can play. And if we have both of those tight ends and both of them are good at blocking, Cap, our running game, which I believe is going to end up being power and gap. I don't think we're running zone. And picking up Alexander Mattison told me that. I was like, Mattison isn't a zone guy. If we would have grabbed Deontay Foreman, the only zone person we have left in the running back room is Amir Abdullah. Everybody else is power. Everybody else is power gap. Zamir White does better in power gap. Alexander Mattison does better in power gap. Britton Brown, who I still kind of want to see how good that guy is, from UCLA, who was injured, remember, Cap? Britton Brown, he was injured, but he's coming back. He runs best at power gap. I think we're running power gap. I think that's what we're doing. We're running power gap. We're going to grind down the defense. We're going to win with our defense. And Aiden O'Connell will be the starting quarterback because we're going to do a lot of play actions. But that's just me, you know?
Whatever we run, it's going to be a very run-heavy offense, whether it's with Minshew or AOC4. It's going to be run-heavy. And if you draft that quarterback of the future, he's going to sit anyway. And Rick says you don't want to get Penix at 13. Okay, maybe, but if you are so intent on getting Michael Penix, you might have to pull the trigger at 13. I don't think you need to, though. I agree. I agree with you, Cap. I think that Penix or Rattler or the Tulane kid or those guys are going to be available second round, third round. And Jordan Travis is going to be available third round because he's a red shirt year off. You're going to have to rest him for a year. Oh, and again, I know that they said, "Oh, he's healed." No, he's not.
No,
that's his agent talking, and we know that that's agent speak. That's fine. We don't need him this year anyway. Okay, we don't need him this year anyway. And if you put him on the IR at the beginning of the year, if he makes the roster and then you put him on the IR, he's eligible to come back. God forbid that there's a bunch of injuries in our quarterback room, and I'm not wishing it. But if he is ready to come back, then you got him to come back this year. But I don't think you need him this year. I think that we will be fine building the defense, getting those linemen, getting those defense tackles, getting those cornerbacks, building what you need to win the games. And I give him credit when you talk about I'm brain farting his name, the old coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, that is the guy that's on TV. You play to win the game. And that's what you do. You play to win the game. Okay? And that would be great. So, and like I said, Jordan Travis, yeah. But yeah. And again, Rick, I'm not saying that you're full of shit. I wasn't trying to. Trust me, people, when I tell you you're full of shit, you'll say, I will tell you you're full of shit. And I'm just saying,
which is very true, guys. Which is very true about Cap. Yeah. Hey, Cap, so before I go, again, thanks to everybody on the chat room. I'm about to head to the transplant support group. So again, I appreciate all of you guys and all your prayers and all your positive energy always. For all of you who don't know or just joining us right now, the reason why I wear the green Raider cap is because green is the color for organ donation. Donate Life Month is coming up here in April. So you're going to hear a lot about organ donation. So if you haven't considered, please do. My life was saved 20 months ago because of the sacrifice of my donor and his family. So that's why I get a chance to get all these stats for you all. And then Cap, all joking aside, again, of course, yes, I would love to have you on the Sunday show. I was prefacing you so that you don't get bored when I'm talking to the other guy. His name is Terrence. When I'm talking to him about martial arts or boxing or MMA, because you might get bored. Like, I don't want to bore you when I'm doing some of those references is all I was saying. But no, of course, guys, of course we'd love to have you there, Cap. So yeah, but that's the setup for that show. I'm gonna do
He
a
kicked
whole
me off
lot
my own show. Motherfucker
No,
kicked me off my own show. Fucking A, man. And by the way, Bill,
I'm just gonna do a lot of boxing MMA reference.
That's fine. And Bill, I like Angelo too. Okay, I like Angelo too. He can come back anytime to come in, but when he comes in as a talking person, I'm going to limit his time literally to like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay, and I give everybody else 5. Angelo, I'm going to give an extra 5. But at 10 minutes, I'm saying, Angelo, love you. Shut the fuck up. I got to go to the next person. But because Angelo is fucking great. He's great. He knows his shit, like you guys say. And he can come in anytime. He can come in anytime and bring his knowledge and his enthusiasm. So you're not going to lose Angelo. In fact, one of these days, and I've already spoke to Angelo about this, I'm going to be Tracy and he's going to be Bart. I'm Tracy and he's Bart. Just remember that. Tracy.
He's referring to the Tracy Ullman show, guys. You have to be old enough to remember that show. I'm old enough to remember the Tracy Ullman show, and that's where Bart Simpson and The Simpsons began. It was just an off subset of the Tracy Ullman show, and then it became this massive powerhouse of a show now. But anyways, thank you, Cap. Wish you guys good night. Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Captain Jack Rackham channel and network. If you guys want to hear about boxing, MMA, Raiders, all wrapped up into one gift bow, and also get to see your favorite captain, then please come and join me on Sunday. Thanks, Cap.
I might come in just for time. I may be, and if I'm still tired, if I have a bad stuff, I might not. But yeah, Angelo is awesome. We're not losing Angelo. Angelo's got his own life, and Angelo and the Bishop were kind enough. I cannot say this more eloquently, and I love to say it. The time that those gentlemen gave while I was doing my school and on vacation and other shit. I'm transitioning. I'm tired. But I thank Angelo. Fucker's still here. He hasn't gone anywhere yet. He's still in the back. Oh, now he is. Oh, come on, Angelo. You know I'm just kidding. But it's great. It's great that Angelo and the Bishop came in and did all of that they did. We wouldn't have had content. You guys wouldn't have had anything to talk about. So I think, and again, my best to Angelo, my best to the Bishop. They can come in anytime, especially when I'm not going to be around. And remember, on Easter, according to our draft show, or I should say a draft show will be Easter with Angelo and Protect the Shield, Chris. Okay, that's a draft show. That's awesome on Easter. Don't miss it. Looking to be retire in 5 months, and they have a lot of open jobs. At least, Rob, I'm going to look for the VA. I got to find something. Remember Sunday. I knew that was going to do it. Doing that low voice. Lots of love to Angelo. Lots of love to the Bishop. Bishop would have been here had his schedule been available. But you get me. And he can cut. They're not going to be not here. We don't ever lose Kenna, right? We got Jack Kenna when he's here. We got Ed Winchell when he's here. We always have Mr. Matt Marinovich, right? He's here. And we got Bill Wallenzier. Great. So we're here, man. We're there. Georgia Patriot. I'm going through the. I've got a side. Of course, I got to say asylum. Rick Samarano, my mahalo. What was it? Is this it? Ayman from Hawaii, man. Mahalo. Rob Matheson. Yeah, I'm going to look. So I see the people I haven't said. Yeah, Bill, talking about Bill. Who's there? Oh, Gabe. Gabe's here. Thank you so much for Jermaine Illuminor. His passion is on. Yes, Gabe. I told you Jermaine Illuminor is going to be a. Here, let me show that. And it's always good to see Gabe. Jermaine Illuminor is going to be a standout performer for the Giants. Whether he's a starter or a plug-and-play backup, he can play everywhere along the offensive line. Probably not center, but he might even be able to do center. Left tackle, left guard, right tackle. He can play anywhere. So great. And of course, I would be. They will work their assets off. Hi, Anna. Good to see Anna. Love Anna. Who else is here? Matt Marinovich. Yeah, Minshew Mania. Okay, but it's gonna be a contest. Minshew is AOC4, and may the best man win. Right? May the best man win. Mode's in here. Good to see Mode. Hey, Brendo, aka my boy, who looks like Epstein. I said, yeah, this picture here looks like Epstein from Welcome Back, Kotter. And Brendo is from L.A., if I remember that. So Brendo's from L.A. Great guy. John Leon was here. Thank you. Good to see John. If you're still here, Pear came in from, from Scandinavia. Yeah, it's Thursday. So Pear probably. Jimmy Farrell, a.k.a. Raider Eeyore. Oh, boy. The Raiders are going to suck this year. Got to have. Jeffrey, good to see you. Scott Turner, yeah. And I said, our coaching staff beats the living pants off of everybody. Raider Mode, thank you. Jimmy Furpo with his, got to have a Furpo Raiders. It's not a show without a Furpo Raiders. Matt, as I was telling you. Matt Marinovich, friend of the program for years. El Capitan Rafucho. How you doing there, shipmate? Good to see you. We had Angela Mundungus was here. My who runs, by the way, Mundungus runs the Mile High Network that we do the Wild Wild West show on. Go check out Mundungus. Well, and good to see you as well. Mundungus might not be here anymore, but I want to say thanks to everybody that was here. If you're watching, Asylum's are here. Farva will beat out Uncle Rico. We'll see. Raider Way, thank you. Did I miss the link? Oh, no. I didn't put the link up yet. No, Gabe, I'll put the link up. No, you're good. Farva will beat out Uncle Rico. If he does, great. Here's the link, okay? And we're going to have people come in because remember, it's a tour. No, King. We will not. King, you think we will trade up, get that? No, I don't think so, King. I like what Asylum says. I don't think we will. I don't think we should. Honestly, I don't think we should. There's your link. Hit the link. Come into the link. I don't think we will, but I don't run the program. I don't run the team. No, Rob, I'm just saying I was talking basketball. That's all I'm saying. Right now I said I saw Oakland win tonight. It's always good when you can say I saw Oakland win. and I do like Kentucky. I like Calipari. But it's March Madness or Match Madness, so I don't get in trouble. So who's going to be starting quarterback? Like I said, it's between Minshew and AOC4. Oh, we got NC State and Texas Tech. Is this coming up? Yeah, okay. That's a good game. I'll have that on as well. Illuminor will give you leadership, solid protection, and 2 to 3 false starts a game. Yeah. It's kind of true. he's gonna help you. He's gonna help you, but there will be a penalty or two. You're just gonna have to get past the penalty. Who would I draft at 13? Thank you, Raider Way. I'm going to talk about that. Iowa fan, don't care about Iowa. Oh, that's why, because he's a Hawkeye. Wrestling champion. I got you, Rob. Anyway, we're gonna go to my shipmate Gabe. It's been a while.
What's up,
Hey,
Cap?
Gabe, how you doing? Good to see you, man. What's up?
Good to see you. Been a minute, man. You doing good?
Yeah. Other than I caught a cold, and I have a very bad cough. Do you remember when I was down in Miami and I had coughing fits for the entire Miami show? It was
that
horrible.
was bad.
Yeah. So when I get upper respiratory, and I'll probably go to the doctor tomorrow just to make sure it's not COVID. I don't think it is, but I just think it's upper because I get this every year. A couple.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at the ass on that. Ooh, loaded. If you're not watching the Texas Tech show right now, you miss some bootay.
I'll have to turn it on and rewind.
Yeah, well, go turn it on and rewind it. Hopefully you can get it. But yeah, it was some fine Texas ass up there. Anyway, how you doing there, brother?
Man, the Giants had a good free agency. I mean, they had I didn't know. I knew they were going to spend on some stuff, but I didn't know they were going to spend as much as they did. I mean, they had a good free agency. They addressed positions. So Joe Shane, our GM, believes in positional value. He believes running back isn't as valuable as a defensive end or an edge rusher, kind of thing. Or, safety isn't as valuable as a linebacker. That's what he believes in. And he really, oh gosh, doggos. He really showed that.
The dog doesn't agree. The dog doesn't agree.
He really showed that this free agency because going out and trading for Brian Burns, I mean, that was a huge trade for the Giants.
And I tell you, Brian Burns was a stud at Florida State, and will only continue to be that good. And again, I'm 99.999% sure he was at Florida State.
He was.
Fantastic edge rusher. Panthers, correct?
Yep, we traded from. Yep.
Yeah, great guy. And if you got him for a decent price, that's a good thing. Good pickup for the Giants.
So we got him. So here's the deal, Captain. We didn't. So first of all, if you remember last year, the Rams offered 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick for Brian Burns last year. They declined that. This year, he got franchise tagged, and the Giants then they gave him a deal. So that's the thing. We gave him a really freaking huge deal. But we also gave we had 2 seconds. We traded Leonard Williams to Seattle at the trade deadline. So we basically flipped that draft capital for Brian Burns, who's 5 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
And we, in result, gave him I think it's $27.5 million per year contract, which isn't terrible for a star edge rusher. And the other thing you have to kind of take into account is that D-line. The D-line looks really good right now with Dexter Lawrence in the middle, and Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns. I mean, that is a pass rush. That's going to be something special to watch. I'm pretty excited about that. And then they one of the biggest needs the Giants had was O-line. And they added O-linemen. I mean, Jermaine Illuminor is someone I've had pinpointed for a while. He has the connection with Carmen Brasilla. He's a big Carmen Brasilla guy. Obviously, we brought him in from the Raiders as our O-line coach. And Jermaine Illuminor seems to be the Carmen Brasilla guy, and he can play anywhere on the line. He has played basically everywhere on the line. And even some of the things that stood out to me on his tape was he went against some of the top NFL edge rushers and defensive ends, and he held his ground. He holds his ground pretty well. And we got him on a solid 2-year, $14 million deal with only the first year guaranteed. So I was pretty impressed by that contract. I like the deal. And his passion is crazy. I mean, on Twitter, he was so excited to be a New York Giant. And I don't think I've ever seen someone as happy to be a New York Giant than Jermaine Illuminor. I mean, it was something to see, especially since we had such a bad season this past year. To see someone so excited to come to us that was something. And the penalties is obviously the thing you hear come up. I'm hoping maybe we just kind of got to get used to that being part of him. But I like him as a signing because we got Neal a couple years ago in the draft, and Neal hasn't worked out at right tackle very well. So
Mhm.
if Neal looks better with Carmen Brasilla as his coach, maybe we keep Neal at right tackle and we put him at Jermaine at guard. Or if Neal doesn't look good at tackle, we move Neal to guard and we put Jermaine at right tackle. Jermaine, that's what I like about him, is he has the flexibility to play both, which is what the Giants needed in free agency. And then we got John Runyon from the Packers, who's a solid guard out of Michigan. He came out of Michigan a couple years ago. He's a solid guard, not a superstar guard, but the guard market I think was a little high for Joe Shane. You saw Robert Hunt getting $20 million per year from the Panthers, and they liked Robert Hunt, but they were not going to pay $20 million a year for an offensive guard. So they got John Runyon on a solid deal. Started a couple years in the NFL for the Packers on a solid O-line protecting Jordan Love, and that was also another solid addition to the offensive line as Joe Shane tries to rebuild what has been a disaster for the past 12 years of this franchise.
Well, as long as his name isn't Mike Kant.
Okay. All right.
It's an old joke from you're too young. From Porky's.
What the heck is that?
Exactly. It's a very, very old joke. Go look at because they wouldn't be able to do that movie today.
Okay.
It is a movie that with today's touchy-feely, what's the word I'm looking for? They wouldn't be able to do it because all of the super left wing, oh my God, you touched me wrong type of people.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, it's called Porky's. Go ahead and look it up. But
hey, put Art right. White or not Art White. Asylum's coming up.
Okay. Luminor is a good rotation player. That's it. Is that one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I think Illuminar is actually a very capable starter. I think he is. He can start in this league. He's proven that. First of all, it's not like he played a decent amount of games for the Raiders. Started a decent amount of games for the Raiders past year. Am I correct?
Yeah. And like I said, for Luminor, you're only gonna, if you're the best player available, you're gonna play.
Yeah.
And like I said, Illuminor was the best player available on the Raiders roster, which is why he was re-signed not once but twice, because we kept re-signing him because he was that valuable as a commodity. It was that valuable. So with Illuminor there, yeah. Now whether he's going to be a starter for the Giants depends upon who he's going up against. He can start. He can start, but if there are four other guys, I'm not going to count the center. If there are four other guys that are better than him on the offensive line, then it's going to be where he can't. He'll be a plug and play guy that will be a good backup.
Yeah,
Jared, I see Jared. I see you, but you're not. You got to connect your devices, Jared.
I like Illuminar. I mean, he's a proven starter in this league, and that's what the Giants needed. They needed someone who started in this league, who's versatile and can play both guard and tackle if Evan Neal doesn't work out again this year. And and he brings leadership too. He's already establishing himself as a good leader. And the way he was just seriously, I don't think I've seen someone so excited to be a New York Giant before in years, at least like 5 years, probably 5 or 6 years that I've seen one so excited. I mean, he's got passion for sure, and I like that about him. So hopefully it works out on the field. But the Giants O-line has been terrible, like horrendous. So for the past 10 years, so hopefully he can be a start of a rebuild, and we gave him a nice deal. I mean, it wasn't it's 2 years, like I said, 14 million. So I believe it's 8 million guaranteed. So like the first year and a little of the second year. And also we're going to be running a Carmen Brasilla offensive line system. So, and that's what he did well in last year. And even when Josh Jacobs had that great year, that he was like the rushing title leader or whatever, he got the rushing title. Even when Josh Jacobs had a great year, there's a couple. Some of his film is making way for Josh Jacobs to run through. He was part of that offensive line who did that, and that's part of the film that I know some of the Giants fans have like posted and I've seen. So I'm just excited to see what he brings on the field. But it sounds like I'm hearing positive things from Raiders fans and Raiders reporters. They seem like like they say the Raiders they liked him as a depth piece. Probably didn't want to pay him as much as the Giants did, but they enjoyed him over there. And once Carmen Brasilla left, apparently he's a big Carmen Brasilla guy. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that you're going to be very happy. Pardon me, with the Luminor on the team.
Yeah,
Jared is having some issues with his microphone, so I told Jared to go ahead and put in the comments section. I'm not going to take his thunder away because he does have a very good question. Okay, he does have a very good question to all of us here that are watching the Match Madness. And yes, I say that because I don't want to get in trouble. Because there are people that say, "Well, you can't say Super Bowl."
What?
Yeah, well, for if you do an advertisement, because it's like you have to call it the big game, right? The big game. So if you say March Madness, and people will say, well, you can't say that because it's like a not that it's copyrighted, but it's like registered as a trademark, and you don't have permission to say it, right? Even though I'm watching it on TV, that's why I call it Match Madness. I know. I don't think that the SEC and CBS and TBS and True TV, they're going to come after me. But you know what? I'm just saying Match Madness so I don't get in trouble. I said I'm only here so I don't get fined, right? Just like they say.
Cap, I had a question for you on one of the Raiders moves.
Sure.
So I saw the Christian Wilkins contract, and I was a little surprised. I mean, it's free agency, so it's a whole money game. Did you like that contract? I'm curious.
I didn't look at the contracts. Now,
okay.
I did see somebody that had an issue with it, but it was one of those people that is a Raider hater site.
Yeah.
So they said that one of the worst contracts, Raiders, Christian Wilkins.
I don't think it's the worst. Oh my God.
Well,
that's excessive.
but this person who is a Raider hater specifically said, "Oh my God, this contract sucks." So I get it. You don't like the Raiders, and you're going to pick apart everything that's done. But you know what? When you look at it, okay, other than Chris Jones, okay, who the Chiefs re-signed, other than Chris Jones, and by the way, Aaron Donald retired, okay, name a defensive tackle that was available.
Dexter Lawrence.
I think that Christian Wilkins is a better defensive tackle than Dexter Lawrence.
Was he a Pro Bowler this past year? Was he an All-Pro?
I think that Christian Wilkins is a better defensive tackle than Dexter Lawrence because Dexter Lawrence's numbers came from a better defense overall because he was with the Cowboys, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Who, Dexter Lawrence?
Yeah.
No, he's with the Giants, man.
No. Last year.
Dexter Lawrence is a Giants player.
Okay. Well,
he's one of the
prior to that, who was he with? He was with the Cowboys, right?
No, he was drafted by us. Drafted by us in 2019 at the 17th overall pick. He's been an All-Pro the past 2 years.
Okay, well then I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay.
Are you thinking of DeMarcus Lawrence, maybe?
Probably. But yeah, Dexter Lawrence is a very good piece in the defense. But I think that when you put Christian Wilkins with the guys that we re-signed, who, by the way, have been with him on the Dolphins for before,
Yeah.
There are two guys that the Raiders re-signed that played with Christian Wilkins on the Dolphins. So these are guys that have rapport together. That's very important. Okay, I think it was Jenkins and Farrell, if I'm not mistaken, the guys that we re-signed, and they played with Wilkins on the Dolphins.
No, I think Wilkins is going to be a really good player for you. It's not that he's a bad player. He's a very, very, very. He's top 5 defensive tackle in this league. He is top 5 defensive tackle in this league. But I mean, and the defensive tackle market's only going up. So like in a couple of years, that contract's going to look better and better and better. Like Wilkins is only getting. Well, yeah, that's because you backload contracts in the NFL. That's how it works. You always backload.
Not everybody does that though. You can backfill them, and then you can also redo them. And say instead of it being a contract, then you call it a signing bonus if you have money.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, but like bigger because you can spread this. Like I guess it's the signing bonus gets like spread out throughout the year, so like they get all the money up front, but it's spread in cap wise. It's spread out, so like that's why the first year is usually less money. That's kind of like how it works. Yeah. Wilkins has the best skill set and personality match of all. And also, like, him and Max Crosby, that's going to be a dominant duo. I mean, Max Crosby has always needed a defense tackle by him that can, you know, kind of distract attention away from him or at least help distract attention away from him. That's kind of like similar to the Giants in adding Brian Burns. Like, that distracts attention away from Kayvon Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence in the middle. So it's like, you know, that's the nicest thing about, like, getting that second D lineman for the Raiders is huge, I think. So you guys should have a good year. All the quarterback, I don't know about what you guys are going to do there, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm putting up this comment that Jared gave to me in the back office of the restream. So I'm putting it up for everybody to read because he said, "Hey, please do this." And by the way, I want to say thank you to my Aussie, the War. Can work out, not great yet, but very good. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Wilkins is going to be fantastic. My Aussie said getting $33 million year 2 for a total of 43 over 2 years, 20.5 for 2024. Jones is getting $30 million a year. Wilkins is getting 30, but we can't cut Wilkins post June. Okay, so I mean,
yeah, you guys are committed for him for 3 years, but that's not bad. I mean, that's not a bad thing. He's young. He's younger still. So it's
right.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you guys should be like, I wouldn't be worried about the contract if I was a Raiders fan. I think it's.
No, I just said you got to pay people.
Yeah, like, and also like free agency is all about like you should go into free agency expecting to overspend on people, but that's just how you get them. I mean, that's how it works. It's kind of just what free agency is. You pay a lot of money for players, and you hope they're as good as what they're coming from, and that's kind of how I've, you know, over the years, that's what I've learned.
You're hoping that you get value out of the money you spend. Like, for example, I'll give you one, and I don't know if you remember this guy. He played for Tennessee, and then he played for the Washington Redskins. Hainsworth. They overpaid him, and he was a bust because he didn't do anything for the amount of money that he got. The Raiders have done it for Albert Hainsworth. The Redskins overpaid, and he didn't do shit. Okay, the Raiders did that with Javon Walker at tight end. They paid him a bunch of money, and he didn't do shit. Okay, so I think that
Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, there you go for the Giants, Kenny Galladay.
Yep.
So you know how it is. You hope that what you're paying these people will be worth it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's it's a betting game. I mean, it's Joe Shane always said, "Scare money, don't make money." So that's what Joe Shane's motto is: "Scare money, don't make money." So yeah, that's how it is in free agency, and you've got to go in prepared to spend cash. And if you don't, I mean, look at the Cowboys. The Cowboys are getting scolded because they haven't signed like anyone. I mean, like anyone. So,
Trent Brown. My God, Trent, thank you, Raider Way, for reminding me about Twinkies and Twitter. That's what I called them, Twinkies and Twitter, because Trent Brown did was get on Twitter and eat Twinkies. He was one of the worst signings ever. That's why I called him Twinkies and Twitter. Okay, and Michael Lares knows that Haynes will take a lot of people to the bank. Yeah, so that's true. But you're hoping that what you have with somebody, and by the way, with Wilkins, he knew how to play for Patrick Graham when Patrick Graham was part of the staff in Miami.
Yep.
So he's played with Patrick Graham. He's played with the what do you call it? He played with Jenkins. He played with Butler. He's already played with these guys, so they know they have that rapport together.
Man, I miss Patrick Graham. He's a good defensive coordinator. Patrick Graham is he ran a solid defense with the Giants. He was when you guys got him, I think I came on here and told you, like, you're not going to get anything fun, but it's going to be productive. That's what it is.
It was. Yeah, see, Anna Diaz said he forgot about Twinkie Boy. Yeah, I don't forget about Twinkies and Twitter, Anna.
I will never forget about Kenny Golladay. I mean, I will never forget Kenny Golladay was the most overhyped. Like, that's the thing that bothers me about free agency. Like, these players get so overhyped on, like, NFL Network. Like, Saquon Barkley signed to the Eagles, bro. Does no one face the reality that this past year and almost every year of his career he's been injured, and he's only getting older, and his production went down this past year, and he got hurt again this past. Like, it's just like we're avoiding all the facts, and we're hearing the name Saquon Barkley, and we're going off of the name Saquon Barkley as how he's so great. Like, it amazes me how we just skip over these facts that, I mean, it's crazy to me. It really is crazy to me.
I got to put this on here because Jared is asking you a direct question, and I'm putting it in the comments section. It's from Jared. Speaking of us,
he's not going to go down as the most overpaid quarterback in NFL history. Nope, he won't.
Well, he'd have to pass Jabustus Russell.
Yep, and what's his name? What's the kid that played in Jacksonville? Who that played for Jacksonville, brought him to the playoffs, and he got the contract?
Oh, you're talking about the kid from UCF? That's the reason why that we had Mac?
Maybe, question mark? Oh.
Yeah, the reason why Mac dropped to us in the first round was because Jacksonville got the quarterback out of UCF, whose name escapes me at this point.
I agree.
He went to the Jaguars, and then the Cardinals drafted, or the Bills drafted. I think it was the Bills drafted the wide receiver, and then the next pick was Khalil Mack for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but yeah.
I'm trying to – or was it Blake something?
Blake Bortles.
That's who
there
it was.
You go.
Blake Bortles got a big freaking contract in Jacksonville, and that was pretty overpaid. And also, keep an eye out. That Jalen Hurts contract may not look too good after this year. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, Daniel Jones will not go. And also, like, people – like, you guys realize we can get out of the Daniel Jones contract after this year and he's gone, right? I mean, like, it's not that hard of a contract to get out of.
Let me ask though: are the Giants going to draft a quarterback this year?
If they are in the position at 6 to draft, if JJ McCarthy gets to 6, we will draft JJ McCarthy. However, I don't think he's going to get to 6. I think Minnesota is going to trade up to like 4 or 5 or something and get him. But the Giants are doing their due diligence on quarterbacks. They want a quarterback. They do. They don't want to mortgage their future to get one, I think, is the big thing. So I think if they don't get one in the first round, they may trade up in the second round and get Penix. That's my
basically the same thing that the Raiders are. They're saying that the Raiders are going to go up at the end of the first round or at the beginning of the second round.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna trade up at the end of the first round so you get that extra year.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think the 5th year option thing, yeah. I like Penix, but the only thing, I mean, the medicals got to check out for me. That's the only thing. They got if the Giants want to take a swing at Penix, they got to make sure his medicals are 100% clear. That's all. I mean, I'm not saying he's the best. I think Penix has a great amount of arm talent. I think he can be a starter in this league. But I think the medicals are the biggest concern with him. I think he'd be a first-round quarterback if it weren't for all his injuries. I really do. I believe that strongly. I really do. So
okay, I'm gonna put. Sorry, I screwed up. Let me get it again. Sorry, Jared. I want to make sure I get all of your comment. Jared, go ahead. Jared, you can go ahead and fuck. You can go ahead and put this in the comment, in the regular comments, so I don't have to do the copy and paste. I'm doing
I
it.
love Jaden Daniels. I do, but I think the quarterback Joe Shane and Brian Dable really, really want out of the top three if they were to trade up. Drake May is who they really, really, really like. He kind of is a Josh Allen type quarterback. If you watch his film, he kind of can remind you a little of Josh Allen, what Brian Dable likes in his offense. And, you know, if Drake May falls to 3, or even if New England goes J.J. McCarthy at 3, the Giants are picking up that phone and they are trying to trade up to 4 right away. I'm not saying that J.J. McCarthy is going to go 3, but I'm not – honestly, the J.J. McCarthy hype train is really real right now, and I think it's only getting hotter. And Drake May seems to not be talked about that much right now. So if J.J. McCarthy goes 3, you bet the Giants are trading up to 4, and they're getting – if they can trade up to 4, they're getting Drake May at 4.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this, and then I'm gonna let you go.
All right, sounds good.
Who do you think is going to be a better quarterback, McCarthy or Drake May?
Drake May. I'm not a big McCarthy guy.
Okay.
I think Drake May has more athleticism and future like talent. I think he has more talent overall. More upside too.
Okay. Well, Gabe, I appreciate this. I appreciate you coming in. I'm gonna nicely kick you out, so hopefully we have somebody else come in.
All right, Cat. Have a good night.
Yep, and like I said, I kept you on for a while. I wasn't.
No,
doing
I
the
agree.
minute
Yeah,
count.
you kept me on. You're good.
I wasn't doing the minute count, but I know that it was definitely more than what you had in the past. So it's been good.
Hey, welcome back, Captain. I'm glad you're back.
Thanks, partner. You guys take care as well over there. And let me see. It's Mark. So school's almost over.
Just a couple. We have 8 more weeks of school.
Okay. Well, like I said, and get your what? And you're a junior, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. You better. I want a report card when you come back in the summer.
All right, sounds good.
Good. Okay, shipmate. You be well.
All right, see ya.
All right, that was Gabe, and we're gonna get a report card report from him. Yeah, Gabe does know. Yeah, Gabe knows his stuff. And it's like people saying I don't like. And here's Rick says I don't like any of the top quarterbacks except May. I don't like Caleb Williams. Honestly, I don't. Jane Daniels, I actually like more than Caleb Williams. Drake May has more of the intangibles of the prototype quarterback, big, strong. Okay. I like that about him, but I think that, and you guys are going to be very upset that I like Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix has that quarterback, the intangibles, the size, the arm, and he did make better reads once he got out of Auburn. Okay. Jordan Travis out of Florida State, great kid, has more upside. Okay. The Tulane quarterback, great. So there, and Spencer Rattler, not well. Okay, well I tell you, Gabe. I think Bo Nix is going to be a decent quarterback. Okay, I think Bo Nix is going to be a decent quarterback. He needs to be in the right system. If Bo Nix is not in the right system, he's not going to flourish. Okay. Joe Milton. Um, Milton's the kid from Tennessee, and I think that he played well because he actually took over from Hooker, right? Joe Milton is a decent quarterback. He got injured too. So you got Jordan Travis with an injury, Joe Milton with an injury, right? Spencer Rattler didn't get injured, which is why he was able to show his capabilities in the Senior Bowl and in the combine, so that's why he has more up, because he was able to show it for the pro scout. I like Spencer Rattler. I like Bo Nix. I like Michael Penix. And again, what Gabe said is important is the physical has to be, he's got to check out physically. If he doesn't check out physically, you don't draft him. That's with Penix. Because the Penix, remember, has 2 ACLs on both knees. And I agree with this one with Jared. Brock Bowers out of Georgia, and I saw him destroy again because I'm a Gator. Brock Bowers is going to be Brock Bowers, if he goes to the team that will use him correctly, is going to be the next, I hate saying this name, Travis Kelce. Seriously, he's going to be that guy. Okay? And, I think that our boy Mayer can be that guy if used correctly. So we got private show. Okay. And Jared says good luck. He told you, Gabe, good luck for the rest of the year. And Jared also says, hey, Gabe, I know you got the number for Mr. Mara. He wants you as their GM like Cap. Can you let me and Eddie Winchell as a GM for the Raiders because Cap and Pierce as coach fit the Raiders way. Who agrees with me? I appreciate it with Jared. Make it happen, Jared. Make it happen. But we got to live in reality. Yeah, not going to happen, unfortunately. And Rick is talking about Talia Tagovailoa from high school. He just entered the transfer portal, so he may wait another year. Doesn't he have a stronger arm than Tua? And he's not damaged goods. He's bigger. He's got a stronger arm. And Rick says he might be in the transfer, so he may wait. Yeah, he's coming out next year. And the kid from, what do you got, Manning, coming out either next year or the year after that. The other kid from Texas, was it Ehlers? I forget his name. The Texas quarterback is next year's draft, right? Jared, no, you got to, in order to call from the phone, I got to put my cell phone up. Okay? No, you got to fix your phone. You got to fix your phone. Quinn Ewers. Thank you, Mike. Quinn Ewers. Fix your phone, Jared. This way, when you push the link, you don't have to have a camera. Just the microphone. Got to get it fixed. And Rick says he's better than Tua. Okay, so that's in 2 years. That's in the 26th draft. Maybe the Raiders need him then. He's going to be a good quarterback. Thanks. Yeah, I was looking because I knew I was talking with Ed. I said I know that the Gators are playing first round. It's tomorrow at 4:30. So it wasn't today. So I didn't miss anything today. And I don't know who they're. I think they're playing one of the teams that got in the play-in. Was it like Colorado? I think. And remember, the Gators are the last team to win back-to-back, right? I think. I don't think Villanova won back-to-back. I think Villanova won, and then they had a year that they didn't win, and then they had another year. So they were almost back-to-back. Get a new phone, please. You have been having issues for what, a year or more? Yeah. And Jared, this is nice, tough love from Anna. It's nice, tough love. Fix your fucking phone. If you can. Now, I will say this. If you can't afford to get a new phone, I get it. I get it. And I'm not mad at you. But please try. Because, you were always, when we did the call-ins, you were always there in the call-in. It was great. But you got to fix your phone. No, Jared, I think the last team to go back-to-back was the Florida Gators. Look it up. I think they were the last back-to-back champions. Got to watch Tua and Talia on Oahu. Tua of St. Louis High School, and Talia went to Copalea. Yeah, Asylum, he has an iPhone. Everyone, what is your take on the whole attack? Yeah, that's a good question. And for those that don't know, I don't even know the full specs. I do know that the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani fired his interpreter. Why? Because the interpreter said something about, and somebody can it was like somebody who screwed up, it was either gambling or it was money that was it was a PR issue. Hey, Power, good to see you. Hey, by the way, Power Raider is having a birthday I think it's next Thursday. I think it's the 28th. It's not as good as the 29th because that's my birthday. It's almost as good. But it's not the 29th. But it is the 28th, so he's close. Did I get that right, Power Raider? Thank you. I'd love to be in Vegas, but I'm going to do a road trip, and that's going to cost me, by the way. I'm going to do a road trip because a link? Okay. Okay. So Power Raider, and you better do it quick because this is a 2-hour show. And birthday is tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, so I know there's the link. So Hollywood and Power Raider, maybe they can hit the link. And Power Raider and Hollywood and Anna. Hopefully the link came out. Did the link not pop? Okay, let me do it again. There we go. Hit the link. Maybe I'm sorry. Power Raider's birthday is tomorrow, the 22nd. I knew it was on a. Is it a Friday? So yeah, it's a week away from mine. Oh, and Anna's doing an MS walk. Oh, that's cool, man. That's fucking awesome. And I agree with Jared. Stay safe and be careful. So Anna's doing her MS walk. There's the link for the show. And you know what? If they come in, I'll even go over 2 hours. So there's your incentive. If you come in, and I have like 8 minutes left. If they come in, Hollywood and or Power Raider, I'll go over. But here's the thing. Make sure you like, and share this video so we can get more people. And also comment after the show, because then that gets the algorithm up. If you were not here earlier, Oakland won today. That's Oakland basketball. Beat Kentucky. And Anna was talking about three bracket busters. I don't know who the other ones are, but Anna might enlighten us. I'm actually surprised that I've lasted this long.
Yeah, you have. What up, nation?
Wow, that's a motley crew right there.
This is a motley crew.
That is a motley crew. For those who don't know, that is Hollywood, that is IE Raider, and that's Power Raider, all in one place. Okay.
Las Vegas, baby. Go Raiders.
Was it LV? It's like I'm trying to make.
There you go.
Don't be throwing gang signs here.
No, it's not a gang. No. It's not. Hey, 2-1 Holmes, you fucked up. You joined the gang. Holmes 2-1. You know, if you want to be like, was it Frog from Colors? You know, because he had the 2-1. 2-1. You fucked up, man. You joined the gang. And
you got enough rest or what?
Say what?
Have you got enough rest, or are you still tired?
I am tired. I had to take a 2-hour nap before I came out here. I still, and you guys and gals didn't really hear it today, not as much, but I've been coughing a lot. Since I've been coughing a lot the last couple of days. So I caught a cold out in California. So
hey,
I've been coughing a lot.
Just want to give a shout out here. TMBC LA chapter, brand new out there, and give a shout out to TMBC Worldwide. Right.
TMBC shout out. We got a TMBC shout out from Hollywood. IE, anybody want to shout out? IE, I'll let Power in a minute, but I'm giving it to you. Who do you want to shout out other than your beautiful girlfriend?
TMBC LA.
Okay.
The new TMBC LA chapter. Lachana is the president. I'm the vice president. Stay tuned for some good stuff.
Okay. Who's the president of TMBC LA?
Lachana.
Oh, okay. And by the way, I don't know what it is. Keep Lachata in your prayers as well. I don't know. Lachata is having some medical issues. By the way, guys, I'm letting you know. Vicky Ginn is having some medical issues, so please say some prayers for Vicky Ginn, because I know for a fact that Vicky is not feeling well. So keep in prayers for Lachata and Vicky Ginn for those friends of the program. And now we have the almost birthday boy.
Birthday Eve boy.
It's my birthday eve right now.
Birthday Eve? Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
and we're going to play some poker. Hey, 51 years old. I've never heard of that, but freaking it's birthday Eve today.
wait a second. Hey, Power, turn your head down. It's too much glare coming off that head.
Get that shine off there.
That's messed up.
Here you go.
Right.
Okay, there you go.
Oh no, it just got
there you
worse.
go. There you go.
Get out of the shot. I eat you because the glare off your head. It's crazy.
Hey, mine's even worse than his.
Yeah. So again, 3 of my shipmates, I gotta ask, because I was asked today, and I'm putting this out, and I know that unfortunately, I don't believe Power Raider will be there. I don't think Hollywood will be there. But if you are going to the NFL draft, let me know or let Steampunk know, because we're trying to get people together for a nice collection of people that are going to the NFL draft. If not, I'm just going to get my own room.
Well, I already got two people that might be joining you guys.
Okay.
Birdman 951 from the Eagles,
Okay.
and his boy Lou Bird, the People's Champ.
Okay. Cool. I don't
So-
mind Eagles. I don't mind Eagles fans. I'm from Philly. It's not like
Hey, there you go. I told him today. I told Steampunk today about it. I already talked to Lou, and I'm gonna hit up Aaron in a little while and give him Steampunk's number.
Okay. Okay. And which house are you at?
We're at Power Raiders' house. We're at Mansion, man.
Ooh, look at that pool.
Hey, I could picture you right there with the banana hammock. I'm just saying.
No banana hammocks.
Banana hammock or a banana?
I wear the and Steve knows this already. Well, other Steve, I have the trunks. They're large trunk. In fact, I think they're too large because when I wore them in Miami, I almost had everybody had a picture of what the fuck I had because they obviously fell off.
Hey, and I would love to show you the beautiful girl, but I'm here solo today and tomorrow. So,
You know where we're gonna go party tonight?
I know where you're fixing to go party. Say hi to
Raquel
anybody.
kicked me out for the night.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
You know how we party.
say hi to anybody that you know what? A lot of people aren't there anymore.
Okay.
Just
Where?
say, the people that I knew are not there anymore. So there's new ads at that place. You show them a picture of me and said, hey, if you want to fuck a pirate, wait till he comes here in Vegas.
Oh man. Hey, with that said, hey, I want to say shout out to Olarv, my booster club over there in LA. Shout out to everybody that's been following me since day one. All the real cats, real players, everybody that's opened up their doors to me, and all the towns that I've gone to and visited, the away games, and my house is your house. You know, you open up your house, I'm opening my house to you guys too.
It's gonna be a line of like 30.
Okay. Well, that means between you and Hollywood, I have a unofficial place to hang out at.
We got a special guest here.
Nikes. Hey, how you doing, honey?
Good.
You doing good? What are your
Yeah.
grades like? What are your grades like?
I don't have grades because I'm in a private school.
What you got? Okay, what are your grades that they don't say are grades?
So good.
Good.
You're almost a 2-hour mark.
Okay, yeah, I'm almost at. I got to get. Well, I'm going over. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Hey, who's the other little? There you go.
Oh yeah, we got everybody here.
It's my daughter.
Hi. Your father is Power Raider. Blessings to you.
Right? Hey, I was gonna say the same thing. She gets to pick him.
Okay, say hi to mom.
All right.
Go. Grown-ups are talking.
Henry's asking if
I told him no, not right now.
Okay.
I'm almost out there.
All right, Captain. All right, Chad.
Gentlemen, I wish I was there.
Love you.
Hopefully soon I will be able to see some people. But I'm working on it. I still need to find a job, but I'm taking one last fling. I'm doing a road trip that's going to cost me money, but I'm going to go see people on my way out west and then on my way back east. So if I can, I'll try to stop. We'll see what the itinerary is, but I hope to see all you guys. And like I said, by the way, IE, if I go through LA, you better have your better half with you because I ain't seeing you without her, man. Fuck that, you know.
All right. Well, you come through LA, you better let us know so we can get together for a drink.
I will. No, it's going to be a drink. You're going to drink.
We're halfway there already, brother. We started that.
Gentlemen, from the bottom of my heart, Be well. Be taking care of yourselves. Lots
Always.
of love from me to you guys. Always in my heart, and have fun.
We will.
Yep. Hey,
Jack.
shout out to West Coast Pirates. Let's go right here. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to all them booster clubs who are doing good things for the community.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of
Yep.
Easter things going on this whole weekend.
Not just
fundraisers.
TNBC, but everybody who's doing those good things for the community and to make Raider Nation be proud of themselves. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Put the
go.
good name for Raider Nation.
There you go. And again, gentlemen, my best to you. Make sure the ladies are taking care of your asses because I don't want any incidents.
Hey, that's why we're Ubering to go to the casino.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
So if you guys didn't know, well, I don't know how. Are you saying that you're moving out here?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Nobody knows.
I had to pull the plug. I can't go to the draft because I'm spending a lot in my house, investing a lot in my house. So-
And you know what? I know that. I know
Yeah.
that.
And I can't go because I'm gonna have to disperse a lot of money on April 25th because we are under contract of our house
Yeah, I
here
know.
in Las Vegas. So that's why I won't be there. So sorry.
Hey,
And that's why I said I will be there as of right now, but only if I have a good bunch of people to hang out with, because I've already made flight arrangements and I talked to Steampunk. I may change the itinerary depending upon where I'm at, but that gives me an option. I'm told Steampunk I'm going to bring all my shit with me on my trip. If I make it back here, great. If not, I will fly from Tampa or I will fly from Houston. But I will be there, and gentlemen, you guys and gals will be sorely missed. But I'll get. I know IE will get with me and Steampunk and Birdman. A couple of turn your fucking head off. Please.
It was me. I lifted my hat for a second.
It's the glare.
There you go. Better.
he has hair.
I have hair.
All that glare from the top. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
He's trying to put on a show here, sir.
Yeah, I'm like, turn it off, man. I can't see. Okay, there you go. Gentlemen, have fun. Be well. Best to you all. Everybody says hello to you guys.
We'll see
Have a
you
great
soon.
football, and you'll see me soon, God willing, inshallah.
Yep. Get a hold of us in LA.
Hey, when you're here in Vegas, you can stay in the west side with me, or you can stay in the east side, Hollywood Heights with Hollywood.
Okay, there you go. I will be where I can be.
Oh. I said too much.
All right, brother.
I didn't hear anything.
Love ya.
All right, guys, take care. Be fun. Be well. Have fun. Stay safe.
We will.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye now. All right, that was Hollywood and IE and Power Raider, and you know that they're going to have fun tonight. Shouting out TNBC, shouting out all the booster clubs that are doing great things, and I do that. I shout out everybody that does great things for the nation, and like I said, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that Power Raider and Hollywood will not be at the draft, but you know what? There are reasons why. And I agree with all reasons why. Okay. I know. In fact, I wasn't going, and then I got a wild hair up my ass and said, well, screw it, I'm going to go. So as of now, I'm going. I don't think I'm going to back out of that, but we'll see. Again, for all of those here, remember, support Anna Diaz on her MS walk. If there's information that Anna Diaz has, if you want to do some sponsorship or something, she'll let you know. Check out her page. I'm gonna take some more cough medicine. I'm actually surprised I did pretty well tonight. Rick says they're doing their Easter thing next week. Okay, and there you go. By the way, this Sunday, like I said, Angelo and some people are going to be doing their thing on the Sunday show. That's this Sunday. On Easter, Angelo and Chris from Protect the Shield podcast are having a draft show on my channel. So you'll see me. You saw me tonight. You'll see me next Thursday. You'll see me next Wednesday on Wild Wild West. And blessings to everybody. Next Friday is my birthday. So, like I said, I knew that the Power Raider was close to my birthday. But best to him, a happy birthday to Power Raider. I know that Hollywood's birthday is in January. I remember that. I.e., I have no fucking clue when his birthday is. He'll tell me sometime. But blessings to all of y'all. It will be fantastic to see everybody. Take care. Have a great weekend. Be fun, or be safe. Have fun. Be fun. Have safe. Have fun and be safe. Take care. My birthday is on March 22nd. We're celebrating it on the 30th. Oh, okay. So you're celebrating it on the. Actually, I'm celebrating my birthday. IE's is February 15th. Okay. I said he's going to tell me. I knew it. I'll try to put it in the repertoire. I'm celebrating my birthday Easter. Okay. My birthday is on the 29th. Easter is the 31st. But we're having a big Easter dinner, which is why I'm not doing a show. Because when the lady says we're having a big Easter dinner, you're not going to have a fucking show. I ain't going to have a show. You know how it is. I could if I wanted to be a dick, but I don't want to be a dick. Okay, write all these down. This is Hollywood. Is September 1st. I'll put them in my phone. Okay, text me. I'll put them in my phone. I am going to be 59, which means in 6 months. Did you hear that? In 6 months, on September 29th, actually September 30th, I can start drawing my Roth IRA and 401k. 6 months. It's got to live. I guess got to live to see it. Oh,
I saw you were on. I just
yeah.
Group. Like, I'm still on past the 2 hour mark. Near the end, I saw, was that Power Raider that showed up? Okay, so tell me all about what's going on.
Yeah, it was Hollywood and IE Raider and Power Raider. Power Raider's birthday is tomorrow, but he's celebrating next Saturday. But all of the guys are together at Power Raider's new house in Las Vegas. So they're out celebrating. And I said, have fun, but be safe.
Okay. All right. Now, Power Raider's a good dude. I'm always trying to send him positive messages, but I'm sure he's super busy. He's new here in Las Vegas. And as you know, Cap, I'm on that Raider, that transplant isolation. So it's not like I can go around I have to ask for special permissions to be able to go to different places. But happy birthday, Power Raider. That's awesome. That's fantastic. It was his wife's birthday during my birthday. So my birthday was February 15th, and his wife was celebrating it, or they were celebrating her birthday around the same time. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And I said, like I said, and I'm saying this, and they can say it. I don't care. They can say it. Maria and Loretta and Raquel, higher echelon of my love than the guys they're married to. That, you know why? Because they're the beautiful ladies that got to put up with our shit. They're the beautiful ladies that got to put up with our shit. So you got Raquel, you got Maria, and I know what Loretta's name is, but I don't know if anybody knows what Loretta's name is. I ain't gonna say it, but they put up with our shit, so they get a higher echelon of love and respect. It's the way it is, because they got to put up with our shit. That's why. And by the way, all of them are knockouts because they're knockouts. Of course, they're gonna have that, and I know that they're gonna say, "Oh, how dare you knock us?" They got nicer boobs than you guys do. They got nicer boobs than you guys do. Power Raider says, Captain, the lady said, thank you. It's true. They're beautiful, and they're knockouts, and they're nice, and they got rack. All of them. Every one of them got rack. So that's
Well,
why I love him.
Respectfully, Power Raider. I am married. My wife is extremely beautiful.
There you go.
So I'll show you a picture one time, Cap. But
There you go.
but she's
Is
she's
she
the
a
natural
Filipino?
Filipina beauty. Like seriously,
Also,
not even lying, guys.
Yeah, so she's the natural Filipina that would nice. I'll have to see. I'll have to hope when you're allowed to. I will meet you when it's
Yeah.
allowed.
Yeah.
When it's
Yeah.
allowed, and I'm coming over for dinner.
Oh yeah, for sure, Cap. For sure. So yeah, no, I saw that you went over because you normally never go over to Roku
No,
channel.
and only because it was for them. I said, you know what? If they fucking come on, I'll go over 2 hours.
Got it.
So
I got it.
that's
You know what, Cap? Like before I leave, before I do my goodbye show, because you said you're going to be a part of the March 28th show. That's a Thursday. That's the Thursday before the Sunday. You're going to be here, so
Yes,
maybe
I am.
Power Raider could come on at 6 when I'm on. All right, that way I can
Okay.
actually, only if he's not saving other Charger fans from being stupid.
Okay.
His
Hey,
Power
hey,
Raider
Pow-
could come at 6.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, Power Raider, Hollywood Raider, IE Raider, you are cordially invited next Thursday to come on the show as well. I put it out.
Okay.
So
All
there
right.
you
Cool.
go. That's and it's from that guy. Oh, sorry, it's from that
Yeah.
guy.
No, I'd love to have them. I'd love to have them on. That would be amazing because I'm about to say my goodbyes, Power Raider. I've been hosting Captain Jack show. So that Cap could get his. So Cap can get his stuff together, so we could actually see him.
You can say it. You can say it. Get your shit together. You can say it.
But yeah, but no. So and it's been very fun, and it's been you guys have all been amazing. It's been a super fun group to always talk to. But yeah, no, I would love it. I would love to see everybody you just said, Cap. Thursday,
Okay.
March 28th, 6 p.m. Pacific time.
And here's the thing. Angelo made the studio. He's like, here's the studio. All you got to do is show up. I'm like, so Angelo's kind of like my secretary, right now. He's like, here it is. And I didn't ask. I didn't say
No, he did not. Cap is not ordering me to do any of this. Guys,
no.
I'm kind of almost analytical on so many of these different things. That's why every show, if you watch it.
Remember what the first 4 letters in analytical is.
Right. Yeah, I'm very anal when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So no, I mean, I just figured that way it's easier for Cap. He can just jump on. But that's what I'll do, Power Raider, is I'll message you on the Instagram. I'll send you my email, and then that's what I could send you the link. I'll title it properly so that I know Hollywood, yourself. Who else is it, Cap? It would be Hollywood, Power Raider,
IE Raider.
IE Raider. All right.
Yes,
Captain.
Raider.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. That'd be awesome. I would love to just be the fly in the wall on a show like that anyways. And, every once in a while, just kind of manage it. Remember, Cap, we did that for the Fan Talk free agency show last week.
Yeah.
Right. And then we had like 6 people on and it was fun because all I had to do was kind of just step away, ask a question every once in a while, get everybody talking, that I'd love to do that on March 28th. So yeah, Power Raider, please let the whole crew know if you guys could all jump on March 28th, 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's Las Vegas time for people like us, or 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's for Captain Jack's time zone over there in Florida. That's going to be next week, Thursday. And then Cap, so I just got a text back. So on my final show, my goodbye show, March 31st, I got Chris Kimber, Protect the Shield, right? He's coming on, help me with the pre-draft. But you know who else just said he's going to come on? I'm going to have Stuart Schweigert on, who actually was at the Combine also.
Okay.
And he said he will come on also. So, guys, I'm going to have a pretty bang-out, informative pre-draft kind of a show here on the Captain Jack Rackham
I'm
channel.
telling you guys, it's going to be more than 2 hours.
Yeah, I figured it would. But you know what, Cap? I'm going to try to make sure that we detail it out Because the way I'm planning it is I'm trying to plan it so that everybody can see. Here are all of our options for the first round.
Yeah.
Here are all of the options that you can get in the second round.
Yeah.
Here's all the options and all the way to the 7th, right? Also, the other thing is I'm so into the whole what does happen if the Raiders get to 13 and Fuaga's not available? What if they just trade down? Is trading down the worst thing in the world? I don't think so.
No, because here's the thing: if Fuaga's not available and the kid out of Penn State,
oh yeah, Fashanu. If Fashanu's not available,
right? If Fashanu's not available, if Fuaga's not available, and everybody's saying Terrion Arnold or the kid from Toledo at cornerback, that would be a good pick. But possibly,
would it be though, Cap? Let me ask you that. What is your experience other than Charles Woodson of first year rookie defensive back cornerbacks to start?
First year, for the most part, don't pan out the first year.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you look at once they get their feet underneath them, like for example, remember, don't be so bad. Sorry, don't be so hard on Jacorian Bennett. It'll be a second year.
Saying.
It'll be a second year. So you got Jacorian Bennett opposite Jones.
That's why I was saying, why would we just burn the 13th pick? I would never hate on a pick like Quinion Mitchell. Quinion Mitchell from Toledo is really good.
Yeah.
But if somebody wants him worse than we do, and they're willing to give us another second round pick on top of their next year's first round pick, I'll take it. Or you want to give us 2 seconds and a third? Okay. I mean, that's fine. Like, if all we're doing is trading down, because again, I'm not trying to say we're trading out of the first, but trading down on the first wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I keep thinking in my head, man, the more draft picks we get, Cap, the more talent we'll have, which sets us up for the future. And everybody's like, the people who love Jaden Daniels keep just trying to convince me that this is the guy to trade 6 to 5 picks on. And I just don't think so, man. I like the kid too, but the fact that he's able to throw to Malik Neighbors, who might go number 6 overall, and the fact that he was able to throw to Brian Thomas Jr. as a second wide receiver, who may go top 15, he was throwing to 2 wide receivers that are both first round grade wide receivers. And I'm not saying that that's the reason why I don't think he's worth whatever, but I am saying it sure is different if you're a quarterback. If Aiden O'Connell in college on his final year was throwing to Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr., you guys wouldn't be hating on him so much. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And Aiden O'Connell still threw for over 10,000 yards. So, I'm just saying, man. Like when facts are hitting you in the face, sometimes it's just important for you to accept it. It's just a fact. Aiden O'Connell actually is pretty good.
I have no hate. And I love the fact he says Aiden O'Connell. Remember, because he knows. There ain't no AOCs on this show.
No, sir. No, sir.
No
Hondo's been calling him AO4, which kind of confuses me a little bit too. That's why Hondo Carpenter's been saying AO4. So I just keep saying his full name so everybody knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't flow. I mean, because it used to be DC4, I get it, but AO4 doesn't flow. AOC4 has more flow.
Right.
Personally.
Right.
Hey, Hondo Carpenter is there in Vegas. Tell Hondo Carpenter that Captain Jack says it'll say who? Captain Jack? I don't know this guy. But you're there. You say Captain Jack says it's AOC4.
Okay. I'll let him know. I really do hope Aiden O'Connell, AOC4, proves everyone wrong. I'll be one of the first people jumping on your show if halfway through the season he's 8-0 or something crazy, 6-2, he's the starter and he's balling out, I'm going to be one of the first people jumping on going, I told you, I was reading you the stats. You guys keep forgetting his 2021 season at Purdue is what made him a first round grade. If he literally would have just left at the end of that season and went into the draft instead of being loyal and coming back to Purdue the very next year, he would have been in the first round. He might have been taken late first round, but 2021, I just want you guys to remember during that draft, that's Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, blah, 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 right? So after that year, going into that next draft, if Aiden O'Connell would have came out, I'm pretty positive he would have went in the top 15. And then, he waited the year, Cap. He waited the year to his detriment in terms of how he looked. But even still, people were trading up to go get him.
Yeah.
And when we look at last year's statistics for all rookie quarterbacks, right, he did better. I mean, other than CJ Stroud, if you look at all the rookie quarterbacks, Aiden O'Connell was, I'll say, top 3 at least for rookie QBs.
Oh yeah.
So when people, my usually shut your mouth argument when people go, well, Aiden O'Connell's not very good. I always go, okay, who was the number 1 pick last year? Oh, it was Bryce Young. Okay, well, Aiden O'Connell did better than Bryce Young, and Aiden O'Connell only started 10 games. So if his stats are already better of the number 1 pick that everybody traded for, why are you hating on that guy? We literally got him at a bargain discount. So I kind of on the last Sunday show, Cap, I compared him to if Steve Berline during those times that you were watching the Raiders, right? If Steve Berline wasn't hurt coming out of Notre Dame, how good could he really have been? Because he was pretty good in Notre Dame. Steve Berline was pretty good. And we only grabbed Steve Berline, I think, in the 4th round or 3rd or 4th round. He was a very low grade. So that's kind of what I was saying about Aiden O'Connell is. Would you say that Steve Berline is someone that you were upset about, Cap? Or would you say he was at least very serviceable for us and did well?
Very serviceable and a very nice guy to boot. Very nice guy. I've talked to him a couple times. Very, very nice guy.
See? So that's my Aiden O'Connell comparison for now, unless he blows us away. As I'm like, no one hated Steve Berline, so why are you hating Aiden O'Connell?
No, don't. You shouldn't. And on that note, because we're going over a half an hour, I'm going to go take some cough medicine because I got to. I want to say thank you again for everybody that's here. Remember to like, share this up, please. And remember, Angelo's going to have his own program one of these days. He's always allowed to have a show after mine for those that are out in the West Coast. I'm not hating him. I ain't saying no. He's got the keys to the kingdom. You guys like Angelo's stuff, so great. So it's not bad. We're not losing Angelo. Like Bill's like, why are we losing Angelo? No, we're not losing Angelo because he's got his own stuff, right? So
I got a lot, guys. I have transplant recovery is no joke. I literally was on the transplant meeting talking about how my iron is so low, it's on alert. My sugar's too high. Am I getting diabetes now? Like transplant, like this, doing this for Cap, and I know Cap thanks me a lot, but I thank him because it's been very therapeutic for me to be with you, all of you guys, and it's been great. But doing this like the way Cap does it on a regular basis, it's really taxing, man. It's a lot of work to put on a good program for you guys. And I'm not trying to give you a dud on every single one of the shows. So there's a lot of background work, a lot of study to it. And I'm just not ready to do that. Like I was telling Cap, maybe once my doctors start to kind of let the leash go a little bit, maybe 2025 I'll do something. But for now, Raider Transplant will whenever I'm free and I'm needed, I'll always jump on Captain Jack's show. He's an amazing friend, an amazing human being. So guys, continue to keep supporting Captain Jack and press those like buttons, press those subscribe buttons. And yeah, Cap, I'll let you close it out.
You got that. And even Clayton, My buddy with the Broncos, Clayton Heron, he's a nice Broncos fan. Why? Because he's from Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin. That's why he's nice. Okay. And see, I'll even allow this. He's got his issues. He says DBFL, Denver Broncos for life. Whatever. He's a nice guy from Wisconsin. And if I get to Wisconsin one of these days, I'm going to go up and get some good food and cheese and steak and good stuff from Clayton because he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And this is the type of people we have on the show. I like everybody that's on this show because if I don't like you, I'll fucking kick your ass off, which is true. So I thank Angelo. I thank Bishop. I thank, the birthday boy, Power Raider, and Hollywood and I thank Anna, who's my lady. Like I said, prayers for Anna, prayers for La Chata, prayers for Vicky, prayers for my lady. Those ladies. So give them good health and good vibes. We're going to go. Thanks again there, Angelo. Remember, Angelo this Sunday will have his show. I might sneak on for a little bit, but it's his show on Sunday, and it's his draft show on the 31st, and with Stuart. I might come on for a second, but I ain't going to get a lot of talk time because it's Angelo and Stuart with Chris. Jesus Christ. The last time we did that, it was a 5-hour fucking show.
Yeah, it's not going to be 5.5 hours on March 31st. I promise, yeah. Cap. I'm actually trying to keep it in the 2-hour limit. Yeah. But as you know,
it's going over.
Things can go over.
It's gonna be at least 2.5, and that's a short show. 2.5, maybe 3, but it's going to be informative. Make sure you're there on Easter, okay? Because you got Angelo, you got Chris from Protect the Shield, you got Stuart Schwaggart. That's awesome. I gotta tell Stuart I haven't been able to say. I'll say hi to Chris and Stuart. I've just been busy.
Yeah, if you stop in, Cap, I know you're busy with the whole Easter Sunday thing, but if you stop in, that'll be great. Like maybe you could join us for a half hour while we're in the middle of talking draft or something, and hang out.
I will. I don't want to take it away from your show though.
Oh no, you never would do that. Even this Sunday. I want you to make sure you're not sick though, Cap. Like because you were sounding pretty rough there. So
I am pretty rough. I am, but that's okay. Angelo, you take care, brother. For all of you guys, we're gonna go on the out. This is my outro. Take care. Like, share. We'll see you Sunday for Angelo's Sunday show with some folks. Like it, share it, and move it on up. Take care, everybody.